Michael Seitz, joined by Alberto Calderon, and this is Cal and Seitz. We'll broadcast live from St. Bonaventure University on WSBU 88.3 The Buzz. Alberto, a lot to talk about tonight, but first, as always, how are you doing?
I'm good. We heard some sad news yesterday, but I just want to take a couple seconds of silence here just to honor our late president, Dr. Dunphy.
Yeah, for real. It's terrible news. Lost his battle to COVID-19. I believe was in a coma for a while. Our deep sympathies to him, his family, and the Bonaventure community.
Hello, Tom.
So let's jump right into it here. We're going to start in college basketball. Two big games tonight. The first one being played at 5 o'clock today, and that was Baylor versus West Virginia. This one was honestly an instant classic. I know some people use that word too much, but this really was an instant classic. Overtime game. The number 3 Bears of Baylor overtake the West Virginia Mountaineers 94-89. Baylor wins its first conference title in something like 71 years.
Really?
Something insane since they were in the I don't even know what it was. It was something Southwest Conference. So a big win for them there, but I would not be surprised if both of these teams ended up on a one line, especially if West Virginia wins that tournament.
Be tough.
They're definitely both going to be on the 2 at the worst.
Yeah.
I really do think West Virginia and Baylor, both these teams, could win a national championship.
Ooh, you think West Virginia?
I think West Virginia is very good.
West Virginia?
Absolutely. Bob Huggins knows what he's doing. Would not be surprised there. Okay. But great game overall. I was not able to watch most of this game. I saw the end where I literally saw the last minute. But from what I have seen highlights of and looking in the box score, Baylor, 4 guys, in double figures. Butler even fouled out at 25 points.
He did.
And they were still able to get the job done. West Virginia, 4 guys in double figures. Also, Sherman with 26 off the bench. What do you think about this game?
This was a great game. I was
to see how Baylor was going to bounce back after their loss against Kansas. It was their first loss in over maybe a year or so, dating back to last season, the 2020 season. And they bounced back strong. They found themselves down like 6 or 7 in the second half, but they chipped away. And Jared Butler at the end of regulation hit a tough lay-in. He got the points. He made a mistake trying to inbound the ball. They had the possession again. He made his mistake trying to inbound it, gave West Virginia another possession to win the game. But then in overtime, they went back and forth for the first 3 minutes.
Yeah. And
then for the final 2 minutes, Baylor got consecutive stops. They got consecutive buckets and free throws, and they sealed the game. This Baylor team is really good, and I was very interested to see how they bounce back from a loss, because teams who have been undefeated, and when they get their first loss, they're down in the dumps. They don't know how to respond. They don't know how to react, come back strong, and they did right here, especially in Morgantown too. No fans, it's different, but nonetheless, a win in Morgantown is a win against a Bob Huggins team. And I'm surprised this game was in the 80s at the end of regulation. I expected to see a dirty battle, 50s, 60s, but you got to give it to Baylor right now. But for West Virginia, if they had won this game, that one seed line would have been a consideration. Would have been a deep consideration. And honestly, I feel like they could have replaced Baylor in this spot, because Baylor 2 losses in a row. You can't really do that in college basketball, especially in March now. Maybe it probably would have been Ohio State who got bumped down, or I think maybe
Ohio State's already bumped down.
I mean, it might have been probably Illinois who they would have bumped. But look what Illinois is doing right now.
It's a great transition. Illinois is playing at Michigan right now, 4 versus 2, both on Lenardi's one line.
Yeah.
To start the day, and Illinois is beating them by 22 with 2 minutes left. This game is at Michigan, too.
Yeah, it is.
And shocking result here. I did think Michigan was going to win this game outright, but I thought it was going to be close throughout. I thought there would be some lead changes, late drama, like this West Virginia Baylor game that we just finished talking about here. Illinois was up 33-22 at the half. They've outscored Michigan 44-29 as the lead has grown even more now to 25.
This is crazy. If I would assume, though, probably the second best player in college basketball was playing in this game and they were winning by 26, I wouldn't have been that surprised. But without their best player, without the nation's best point guard, and they're up by 26 right now. Says a lot about this Illinois team, and they did it against Wisconsin over the weekend without Io.
Yeah,
impressive.
It's scary.
This string of 2 games that they've played now. I mean, we might see this team go to maybe 3rd in the rankings this week or next week.
They very well could jump both Baylor and Michigan.
I think so.
With this win, very well could.
I think so.
And they play Ohio State on Saturday. If they beat Ohio State in Columbus on Saturday, I can almost guarantee you they'll be number 2 in the country, if not number 1.
No, you can't bump down Gonzaga. You can't.
They'll get some votes like Michigan did this week.
Yeah, they will. They will for sure. And, especially Io comes back, but maybe that messes up the rhythm. I mean, this guy, Io DeSumo, I mean, he calls himself the most complete package in the NCAA. And I agree with him. If you bring him back into this formula they have going the last 2 games, and he fits right in seamlessly, I mean, this team is championship caliber. I think this team could beat Gonzaga.
I mean, he's averaging 21 points a game, not playing.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
22 games, 34.8 minutes, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
That's insane. And
point guard right there.
I mean, he's the complete package. He's 6'4", he's 6'5", I believe. He's lanky, he's strong. I mean, he's just defined. He's a massive point guard for his age. And the type of the caliber that he's playing at is just unmatched right now. But I also got to give it to Andre Curbelo, the freshman point guard coming off the bench in this game. They didn't start him, who's got 17 right now off the bench. And then Kofi Coburn. He's just a monster underneath. I mean, he is literally an animal.
He only has 12 tonight.
But he's a physical presence right there. And I haven't watched the game, but I'm sure he's definitely outplaying Hunter Dickinson right now, the center for Michigan.
Yes, Dickinson has 6 points.
Yeah, there it is.
And
he's 1 for 8 shooting.
Yes,
which is key.
6 points.
That's not good.
And if you are watching or were watching on the StreamYard stream on the Buzz social media platforms, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. I apologize for that. We'll try to get that under control. But in the meanwhile, on the Buzz, hopefully everything's coming through good there. I think we're back on social media now. But you need guys to step up, and it just went final 76-53. And you look at a guy like Frazier. He's got 22.
Trent Frazier, that's right.
Trent Frazier is 22 right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaging 10 points a game. These are the type of guys that need to step up.
Yeah.
When your number 1, number 2 guys are out. So it's
exactly
perfect for them at the moment right now. Some other games tonight. Arkansas crushed South Carolina.
They're for real.
Arkansas is very.
They're for real.
They came out of nowhere too.
They did. They're slowly catching Alabama right now. Slowly.
And also, what's it called? Back to Illinois very quickly.
Yeah.
I forget about Illinois. I don't know about you or the rest of the country, but if I'm naming like the top 10 teams in the country, 5, 10 teams in the country, Illinois is the one I forget about. Really? I don't know why. Like, I always remember Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, Ohio State, West Virginia, everybody up there. But I just, for some reason, Illinois is like, either I don't remember them or they're 6th or 7th team I name. I don't know why, but it just seems to be that way for me at least.
Okay. No, I see what you mean because I see what you mean because early on, I think in early January, they kind of faded a little bit. And I'm looking at the schedule right here. They lost to Maryland at home, and then they lost to Ohio State at home. They faded there. And then they started winning games again. They knocked off 7th Iowa. They beat 19 Wisconsin. And now look what they're doing against the 2nd best team in the nation. They fell off a little bit there, and then people kind of forgot about them. Things were going really well, but got to give it to Brian Underwood, the coach, stringing these guys together for a tough season. This is tough, especially with the Big Ten schedule.
Like you said, this team could win everything.
They could.
So
they could.
Other games, like we said, Texas beat up on Iowa State as they should. Alabama over Auburn, 70-58. That might be the lowest Alabama score all year.
Yeah, SEC is unbelievable. I think Arkansas clipped 100 today.
101-73.
Look at that. Look at that.
And Texas Tech over TCU by 20, 69-49, as they should. That's one of the only quote-unquote easy games in the Big 12. Even then, Jamie Dixon always has his guys going. For sure. Now, Wisconsin-Purdue just tipped off 3 minutes in, 6-1 Wisconsin.
Okay.
The game is at Purdue.
Yeah.
So let's transition here to the league near and dear to all of our hearts, the Atlantic 10, and the Bonnies choked on Monday, yesterday, against the Dayton Flyers, unfortunately, for me especially. But, the family went to Dayton and did not stop hearing it. But we are the regular season Atlantic 10 champions still. The tournament set to begin on Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Yes,
tomorrow. First
already,
games.
The first 2 games. We have this tournament, the first 4 rounds or 3 rounds up to before the championship are in
3
Richmond.
rounds.
1, 2, 3, 4 rounds.
4 rounds. 4 rounds. That's right. 4 rounds. Yeah. 4
are
rounds.
in Richmond, being played on the campuses of Richmond and VCU. First round games, 11 a.m. on ESPN Plus tomorrow. Number 12, LaSalle Explorers, and the number 13, St. Joe's Redhawks. The St. Joe's Redhawks coming off the huge win at Richmond. Unexpected.
Yeah.
Richmond really, really choking away any at-large chance they had.
Oh, for sure. Richmond, they fell off at the end of the year. I honestly think they haven't been the same since the Bonnies lost. Not to give the Bonnies, a lot of credit there, but this is a team that beat Kentucky. Obviously, a weak Kentucky team this year, but a win over Kentucky was still a win over Kentucky nonetheless. And then they faced us, Kyle Lofton with the buzzer beater, or almost a buzzer beater 3 to steal the game, and they haven't been the same since. I know that they were down. What's the small point guard's name? Number 0, Blake. I know he was down for a couple games. Francis was down. Gilliard was down for a couple games, and the other guy, I think, was it Kayo?
The white guy? Big white guy?
No. He's forward 6'8".
Yes.
I think he's done for the season. I think Kayo's done for the season. So this is a team, that's still, in contention for an A-10. I think they're still in contention for an A-10 title because they're scary.
Yes, I agree. Alberto, are you sending live on social media?
Yes, I am.
I'm not in it right now. We're trying to get that working.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. Stay with us. If you want to switch over to the broadcast on the Buzz website, I'm sure it's in the links of our social media also. I, for some reason, cannot connect to the live stream right now, so I encourage everybody listening to the social media live stream. If it's not working for you, please hop over to our website and just listen to the radio broadcast. But anyway, back onto the topic here. Who do you have? LaSalle St. Joe's. This game looked like a slam dunk for LaSalle before St. Joe's played Richmond. Who do you got in this one?
I got LaSalle in this one.
LaSalle?
Yeah, it'll be tight. LaSalle's played much better than their record and just their resume, just the name. LaSalle's knocked off a couple teams this year. I like LaSalle in this one. You got
I'm
got
taking LaSalle also, but I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah,
till about 10 minutes left.
For sure.
And then I think LaSalle will pull away a little bit, maybe win by 8-9. So. All right, other game, 2 o'clock on ESPN Plus tomorrow. It is George Washington and Fordham. Fordham stinks.
Ooh.
Let's go to GW. So I'm going to go with GW here as we are back. All right.
Perfect.
Back with GW to win this one. I think, once again, it's close about at half, and they pull away later in the second. Who do you got?
Not even to differ with you. I like Fordham in this one.
Really?
Yeah, I like Fordham. I like them to win a conference tournament game.
Huge accomplishment.
It would be. It really would be. It really would be.
Winning that.
Those guys will be fired up.
Okay, so now to the games that matter.
For sure.
Richmond Duquesne, 11 a.m. on NBC Sports on Thursday. Duke's number 9 seed. Had a rough year for them. Supposed to be very good this year. Got a couple key guys like Sincere Carey who transferred out. They'll be playing the number 8 Richmond Spiders, who I have a feeling want to show why they belong in that conversation to win this tournament. So I'm going to take Richmond, and I think that they will blow out Duquesne just because they are so mad about that St. Joe's game.
They are.
Who do you got?
They'll be fired up. I got Richmond. This has so much on the line for the Bonnies. I'll be rooting for Duquesne.
So will I.
I'll be rooting for Duquesne. We'll be playing them a third time if they win. We'll be playing Richmond a second time.
Which we won on the Lofton buzzer beater that first game down.
It was over there. If Richmond wins, it'll be at VCU's, not to give Richmond more home court advantage than they already have. But unfortunately, I have Richmond winning this game. I do.
All right, so number 5, UMass, which that's once again another conversation for another day about how UMass should not even be up in the top 8, in my opinion.
They should be disqualified.
They should be disqualified. It's absolutely disgusting what they did. But once again, that's a conversation for another day. We both picked LaSalle in that game.
Yeah, we did.
I actually think this game has the potential to be extremely close.
Oh yeah, this is a 5-12.
And this is one of those situations where the Bonnies won't be able to catch a break, and LaSalle will win, and St. Louis will just stomp them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take UMass because I don't think it really matters who wins this game. I'm going to take UMass in a close one. What do you got?
Yeah, I got UMass. Very tight game up until the last minutes. I like it.
Dayton, Rhode Island. We saw the Flyers firsthand yesterday playing the Rams. The Rams have been beaten by the Flyers twice, I believe, this year, including blowing a 15-point lead at home. Dayton is a sleeper team to win the Atlantic tournament.
No, they are.
They really are. And I think that they take care of Rhode Island easily in this one.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. This is a blowout. Rhode Island is they're lucky to have won 7 conference games this year. They're very lucky.
All right. So we move on to George Mason, who somehow got the number 6. Once again,
that is so surprising.
Really do not know how this happened. The A-10 seems to cannibalize itself every year. This year was no exception.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Washington Mason. You got Fordham Mason. I don't really think it matters. Once again, I'm going to take Mason, but this game, I probably won't watch a minute of this game.
Yeah, no contest. Mason with the win.
Okay, so
big boy time.
We're going to start with 2 games that really shouldn't be close.
Okay.
The first one, St. Louis versus the winner of UMass and the 12-13, which we both have UMass.
Yeah.
St. Louis just blew UMass out of the water at home. And granted, St. Louis is an extremely different team at home than on the road or at a neutral site.
Yeah.
St. Louis is unbelievable at home, more so than the Bonnies are at home. But I still like St. Louis to win. I think it's going to be as what was that, yesterday also?
Yeah.
But I still think that St. Louis would get the job done.
No, this is a blowout.
This is a blowout?
St. Louis is making a statement. This is a blowout. No question.
All right, so the other shouldn't be a doubt game is Davidson versus the winner of Mason in the 11-14 game. Davidson will rule here. That's all I have to say.
For sure. No, yeah, they'll roll.
All right, so now we'll start with 2-7.
Okay.
VCU Rams and the Dayton Flyers. These two always play fantastic games. And just a reminder that Dayton lost to LaSalle, St. Joe's, and Fordham this year. Those teams are 12, 13, and 14 in the Atlantic 10, bottom 3. If they won those 3 games, they would be first in the conference.
Really?
Or excuse me, second.
Second, at least second.
Second in the
They'd be in VCU's spot right now. They'd be in
Yes.
VCU shoes.
So, that being said, VCU is going to win by 2.
Ooh.
It's going to be tight. It is going to be like the game we saw yesterday between the Bonnies and the Flyers. I think the team, not sure which one, will make a little run to start the second half or end the first half, and everybody will say, oh, it's over for whoever.
Yeah.
And they'll come back, chip away,
Okay.
make it interesting at the end, maybe overtake and win, maybe hold on, not sure, but VCU will get the win in an extremely close fashion. I would not be surprised if the winner of this game won the tournament.
Ooh. Okay. That's a hot take right there.
Yes.
That's a hot take. I like that. I'm gonna have to agree with you. VCU's gonna eke out a win. Eke. And
Would not be surprised if they won. Would not. be
No,
surprised.
not at all. Not at all. Especially Dayton coming off a win against the Bonnies. They knew the Bonnies were the regular season champions. They went into our territory. They grabbed a win from us. They put us on the bubble once again. Dayton's fired up, but I don't think they'll get past VCU in this one. I like Bones Highland having I think Bones Highland and Crutcher are gonna have an absolute bout with each other. I'd say 25 plus each. 25 plus. Is Bones? He's not playing.
Well, they don't know. They don't know.
He'll be suiting up.
You think so?
He's playing in that game.
I think he'll suit up.
All right.
I think he'll suit up.
The matchup you've all been waiting for: your St. Bonaventure Bonnies and the Richmond Spiders or Duquesne Dukes. We both have Richmond.
Mhm.
11 a.m. NBC Sports Friday. I get out of class at 11:20. I will be on my bed or a chair watching that game. Guarantee it. We're gonna say first. Let's run both situations.
Okay.
Duquesne plays the Bonnies. I think the Bonnies win by 10 to 15.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Easy.
Very easy.
Richmond, who we both picked, is going to put up a fight.
100%.
I think the Bonnies eke it out by 5.
Okay.
Couple free throws at the end.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got Richmond.
Oh!
I got Richmond.
Oh!
Listen, our season's on the line. We'll be on national television. It's an early game. Not that it should matter to this team.
Sure.
Richmond, listen, all athletes know. They know the last time they played a team, when you play them again, they know exactly what's on the line.
Yeah.
Richmond has the memory of Kyle Lofton in the shot in their home gym. Simple. Richmond's going to be fired up. They have the second best, or I think the third best squad in the A-10 behind us.
I would say 4th. In no order, us, VCU, and St. Louis, but it's a close 4th, and all 4 of those teams are very close together.
Okay.
So
But
you have Richmond.
I have Richmond. I have Gilliard and Francis and Grant Golden putting us away in this game.
Now, my question to you is, does St. Bonaventure make the NCAA tournament as an at-large with a loss in their first game?
No, that typically never goes well.
Hate to see that.
That typically never goes well.
I think if they win
If
one game,
they win this
they're
game,
in no matter what.
listen, if we play Duquesne and we win that game, I still don't even think we're in. But if we beat Richmond and we get to play them and we beat them, then I think we're in. But if we have to play Duquesne, we beat them, I think we would have to beat.
Yes, I agree.
We'd have to play our next game and win.
I agree. But the
It's tough.
win, if they do play Duquesne and win, that helps a lot.
No, it does.
A win period helps a lot, especially if it's Richmond, like you said. So let's move on here to the semifinals. We have VCU Davidson.
Yeah. I got
some good games.
Yeah, these are great games. These are great
What do you
games.
got?
I got VCU in this one. I got them take care of business. I see
How
that.
much?
Happening. 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
Yeah, 8 to 10.
I've got.
Listen, if Davidson shoots minimum 40% from 3, they'll blow them out. But if
yeah.
Dayton shoots below 35% from 3,
If Davidson lives and dies by the 3 ball, and I think that it'll be very close. I think VCU is going to play multiple sweaty games here,
okay.
and I think they will win their first 2 sweaty games
Okay.
against Dayton and Davidson. But once again, would not be surprised if Dayton won that first game. Would not be surprised if Davidson beat VCU in that semifinal. I would not be surprised if Dayton beat Davidson in that semifinal.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move up top. You can go first with Richmond St. Louis.
I got St. Louis in this one.
By a lot?
No, this is going to be a very tight game.
Really? Okay.
Very tight game.
Okay. I got the Bonnies and the Billikens, and Billikens are the Bonnies' kryptonite. They are. And I think that the Bonnies make it close this time, but they do not win.
It was close the first game. It's close. We lost by 3.
Yeah, they pulled away at the end.
Lost by 3. No, we only lost by 3.
It was only they lost by 11 to the St. Louis the first time.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
3 points.
No, hold on. No.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up now. They lost 70 to 59, Alberto.
Oh, I was thinking about the VCU game. Never mind.
Come on now.
No, yeah.
Come on, man.
No, yeah, I was thinking about the VCU. Yeah, that's right, VCU. No, you're right. Yeah, we watched that game. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, big screen.
Yeah.
All right, so I
You're
got
right.
St. Louis winning by 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be very close. So that sets up our A10 championships is the same.
Yeah. No,
St.
it is.
Louis and VCU. Now, this is gonna be a great game.
This is a fantastic game.
It's a phenomenal game. I think if VCU makes it to the semifinals, just like the Bonnies, they're guaranteed in that large bid.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So St. Louis, I think, needs the A10 championship.
Ooh, you think so?
I really do. Because their first game is going to be UMass instead of, say, a Dayton or a Richmond.
Yeah.
So, saying that, VCU wins the Atlantic 10 tournament.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Listen, I got to give credit to VCU this year. I read an article, they were projected to finish 9th.
I thought they were going to be a 500 team.
Yeah.
They lost Santos Silva to Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over. I'm pretty sure they had a graduate or 2.
Yeah, Marcus Evans.
Yes.
And he graduated.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
And I have to give credit to VCU, but not in this game. And when you look at St. Louis, and we've watched so many of their games the last 2 years, I mean, these guys are massive, and they just shoot the ball incredibly. I think they're better shooters than Davidson.
Ooh.
I think they're better shooters than Davidson.
When Davidson's hot,
No, when
nobody is
Davidson's,
winning.
I mean, when any team is hot, I mean,
Yeah, but Davidson is Davidson. They shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot.
St. Louis does the same thing when they're not feeding the ball to French.
True.
Listen,
True.
I can see a good win takeover in this tournament. Simple. I
Yeah.
can see him destroying us like he did in the first game, then beating Richmond in the next round, then or doing it to UMass, then to us, and then in the championship game against VCU or against anybody.
Yeah.
Against anybody. I don't see St. Louis losing to anybody in this tournament. I don't.
And as you say that, you're really convincing me to pick St. Louis, but I'm going to keep VCU. And once again, would not be surprised if St. Louis won. I actually am now thinking St. Louis could win, but I'm going to stick with VCU because that's what I said.
Okay.
And to be different.
Listen. If we get any combination of us, VCU, and St. Louis in the championship game, all three of us deserve to get in.
Absolutely.
I think
So. It's a little tougher to say for St. Louis this
Yeah.
season without the win. But if they play VCU to the wire and lose, like I think they will,
Mhm.
there's a chance that they can get a play-in game.
Yeah.
What would be the first Fort UD Arena, which is now in Indiana somewhere. So.
I mean, it's so tough. And it also depends on what the ACC is doing because they have so many teams in the bubble. It's such, Georgia Tech.
For the Atlantic 10's sake, we need Georgia Tech, Syracuse, North Carolina, Duke, and then in the Big Ten,
Syracuse,
you need Michigan State. What else is on the
Maryland,
bubble there? Maryland,
Rutgers, Minnesota.
Minnesota will lose. It's a lot, and it might happen, but it's a lot. So, and before we head to break, on the other side of break, we will be talking about the NHL.
Yeah.
Probably for the last 30. I mean, this is what we got to talk about. So,
yeah.
Wisconsin, Purdue, 13-8 Wisconsin, a low-scoring affair there. Oh, but really quickly, that's what I was going to ask you. Give me your 4-1s and 4-2s for the tournament.
Ooh. Okay, so let's start off with the ones, obviously. Okay, so let's do – I got Gonzaga, Baylor, Illinois, and Michigan.
I have the same 4.
Okay. And then the twos would be West Virginia, Ohio State, Ohio State, probably – I like Villanova in the 2. Actually, no, not Villanova. They just lost the ball there. West Virginia, Ohio State. I'll give it to Iowa. I'll give that to Iowa. And then I don't like Alabama in that 2 spot right now. I don't. I'd rather give it to probably Kansas right now. Kansas.
Ooh.
Yeah, after the win, I like that.
All right, so my 2s. My 1s were the same. Gonzaga, Illinois, Baylor, Michigan, no order. Gonzaga will be the 1 overall, though. West Virginia, I'm pretty sure is a lock for a 2.
Yeah.
I think Alabama's getting a 2.
Okay.
There's a chance Ohio State loses to Illinois here and then doesn't make the Big Ten final.
Okay.
It will be a 3.
Okay.
And there's a chance I could see Iowa having an early exit in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say one of those 2 teams. I'm going to go with Iowa right now. So Iowa, West Virginia, Alabama, and I'm back and forth between Villanova and Florida State because I think Florida State's going to absolutely roll through the ACC tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm going to put Florida State up there.
Okay.
But I would not be surprised if that other Big Ten team swapped out for each other there, Ohio State or Iowa. I would not be surprised if Villanova jumped up to that spot.
Okay.
All right, on the other side of break, we got NHL for you. 16 teams in action right now. Some surprises out west in the Central. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Cal and Seitz on 88.3 The Buzz. WSBU 88.3 The Buzz. We're talking some NHL.
That's right.
16 teams in action tonight. We'll start off with my boys.
16?
16 teams in action. 18.
How was that possible? Oh yeah, 16. Okay. I thought you said 16 games. I was like, how was that possible?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, next year. I was like, yeah, next year.
Pittsburgh Penguins 5, Philadelphia Flyers 2. This is all without their captain Sidney Crosby, who on the COVID list he was contact traced.
Oh, he doesn't have it. He was contact traced.
I believe he was contact traced.
Oh, okay.
So he's out tonight.
Who has it on the team though?
Protocol. I don't think it's on the team. I think it's outside.
Oh.
Not sure.
How is that even possible?
My girlfriend.
Probably.
Something.
Okay. Why would they report it to the team though? Why would they report that?
I don't know.
Okay. They're moral people. They're moral.
Yeah.
Like
Canadians.
Yeah.
Canadians.
No, true.
They're not other greedy Americans like us.
No, very true.
So Philly actually out shooting Pittsburgh 41-26. Tristan Jarry has been phenomenal.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw the little side bet by Carter Hart and Tristan Jarry. Training partners in the offseason. It's whichever goalie has more head-to-head wins. The loser rents a $400,000 Lamborghini for the winner for a week.
No way.
So,
Okay.
Little extra motivation there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
In this game, Joel Farabee opened up the scoring. Kasperi Kapanen clapped right back. A minute later, Kapanen again on the power play at 8:41 in the second to give the Penguins a 2-on lead. Carter Hart then committed highway robbery on Kasperi Kapanen, looking for the natural hat trick. But Brian Rust finished that off 2 minutes later on getting the 3-1 lead. Joel Farabee again at the 11-minute mark in the third cut the lead to 3-2, but Cody Ceci just a minute 8 seconds later scored his second of the year, and Michael Matheson unassisted with 16:06 left in the third, made it 5-2, minute 14 left. I think it's safe to say the Penguins will get this win.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I read this morning that when Crosby was contact traced, it wasn't looking too bright for Pittsburgh. And
I
then
even told you today, bet the Flyers.
Yeah, for sure. No, I would have also. Thank God I forgot this game was even on. But
how could you forget the Battle of Pennsylvania, bro? Come on now.
Well, I mean, how can I forget about the superior city of Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Listen, hoagies are no match for Philly cheesesteaks.
For Manny Sandwich.
Even then, no. Philly cheesesteaks. Philly cheesesteaks are way. Philly cheesesteaks are way better than Permane. No, Permane sandwiches are good. Don't get me wrong. They're really good. But you can't
get out of the booth,
you can't go wrong with a nice juicy Philly cheesesteak. But in terms of
first hold on. I got 4 numbers for you. 1976.
When was that? Last time the Flyers won a cup?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, that's all. You can keep going.
Has it been that long?
Yes. I follow the page on Twitter. It's days since Flyers last Stanley Cup.
Oh, that's right. You've mentioned that before. You've mentioned that.
Anyway, you could.
Well, what's the count up to now? More than
10,000
days?
Oh,
more than that.
Long time.
20,000 days.
I'll get that for you while you.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I mean, when I had the news Crosby was going to be, how long is he going to be out for? At least.
It just said today.
Just said today.
So I would assume Thursday. I would assume he'd be back for Saturday if he doesn't have the virus.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
With this. So.
Listen, I was very surprised how Pittsburgh performed today. But they had the bend, don't break mentality. I mean, and that defense needs it. I don't know how long it's going to hold up for because the blue line has been shaky the entire year. Obviously, you can't fix the injury bug. That just happens to a lot of teams everywhere across all sports. But I'm impressed with how the Penguins played today. I'm very impressed.
It is a little over 16,000 days.
16,000 days.
400-ish.
Wow.
300-ish. Since the Flyers last in the cup, which I love saying that. Some other games going on in the East. The Islanders beat the Devils 2-1. Nothing new for Islander hockey. The Rangers, your Rangers, Alberto, finally get a win. The Sabres.
Finally.
3-2.
Finally.
We're both outside looking in right now. So let's go to the East Division right now. The 2 top teams will face off tomorrow. Washington, Boston at 28-26.
Oh, where did Washington come from? Wow.
Nowhere. Yeah, they come from like the deep abyss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So Washington, Boston is tomorrow. The Islanders at 26 points in 21 games. I believe that is it their win in yet? I'm not sure win is in yet.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it is either. So
No.
they will actually temporarily jump Boston. Philly through 19 games will have 25 points. Pittsburgh through 21 games will now have 25 points. The Rangers at 19. I know that's updated.
Yeah.
The Devils with 16 and the Sabres with 15. So we've talked about this before. You said it was Boston and then the next four and then the bottom three. That was your hierarchy. I don't think it's like that anymore.
No, I don't. No.
For me, right now, it is the top and then the bottom three. And there's a large gap between Pittsburgh and New York.
That is the Rangers.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the Rangers, not the Islanders. Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse
No,
me.
I have to agree with you there. I think it's Washington, Boston, then you group New York, Philly, Pittsburgh, and then the bottom feeders with New York, New Jersey, and Buffalo.
Okay.
That's how I see it right now. And what a difference a week makes. Last week we were in the booth. I'm talking about how Boston, how great they are, and then
Yes.
more so how Washington has stepped up their game.
Washington won 3 in a row.
I think it's more of Washington than Boston. Not even struggling. I mean, they're still at a good pace, but it's more so Washington finally turning things around.
And it started with Washington getting the monkey that was the Pittsburgh Penguins off their backs.
Yeah,
Losing 4 or 5. Granted, a couple of those were in overtime. Still a loss against the Penguins, beating them on Thursday, the 25th, and then taking both of the weekend series from the Devils.
yeah.
Good for them. Good games for them. They need it.
You gotta win them.
Samsonov's coming back
He
from
is.
COVID. I believe he had COVID.
Something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He was out. I know he's out.
Yeah.
So they are trending in the right direction. But I want to talk about, so you got to think Washington and Boston are in pretty solidly.
Yeah.
The Islanders, the Flyers, and the Penguins, 3 teams for 2 spots. Right now, honestly, I think it's the Islanders and Flyers.
Okay.
I really do. But there's something you have to take into consideration is the Penguins still have 16 games remaining against the Devils and Sabres. Haven't played them once yet.
Really?
So there is technically 32 points up for grabs there. I mean, that's ridiculous. Of course, they're not going to get all 32 of those
I'd
points.
say maybe 25 points available right there.
Well, out of the total 16, technically
Yeah.
there are 32 available, and I think it is realistic that they can get 22 to 26 of those.
I'd say they get 25 out of those games.
That's what I said earlier. So,
No,
and that's huge.
No, it is because I know definitely Philly and the Islanders have both played those teams a significant amount of time, especially the Islanders versus the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good that you pointed that out. I didn't even know the Penguins haven't even played those 2 teams yet.
Nope.
All they've only played 4 teams so far this year.
Yeah, they've played Washington 6 times. They've played Philly. This is their 3rd time playing Philly, and they play twice more in Pittsburgh this next 2 games. So they'll play Philly 5 times. They've played the Rangers 4 times. They played the Bruins twice, and the Islanders. I'm pretty sure they've played them 6 times already. Also, so
What's the record against the Rangers right now? Isn't it?
they're
2-1-1?
3-0-1.
No, you guys definitely lost.
Let me see. Penguins in a shootout, Penguins in regulation, Penguins in overtime, Rangers in regulation. So 3-1. They've taken 6 of 8 points from the Rangers.
That's not from a Rangers standpoint.
From a Rangers standpoint, absolutely. It's
Yeah,
Penguins standpoint, that's fantastic. Well, I mean, the Rangers are 1-1-2.
yeah.
So I mean, they've salvaged 4 of the points, but still, if you're going to make the playoffs in this division, which I don't think they are,
No, they're not.
you got to get more. But next year, that's something you got to look at. And if we're looking at Penguins Capitals, they've won 4 of 6, so they've taken 8 out of 12 possible points from them there. And if you look at the Flyers, they lost the first 2, won this one, so they've taken 2 out of 6 from the Flyers. And the Bruins, they lost in overtime, lost in regulation. They never win in Boston, though. And Boston rarely wins in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So they've taken 1 of 4 from Boston.
They're there.
And then for the Islanders, they've taken loss in regulation, win in a shootout, win in regulation, win in overtime, and a loss outright. So that's 2.
It's 3-2.
Yeah.
3-2, and then
So that's
Islanders,
6 out of what? 12 or 10?
10 points. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah. If you are splitting points with those other 4 teams and you absolutely dominate the bottom 2, you're going to get in. But you need to find a team up in the top to take the majority from, like they are the Capitals so far.
I think it's going to be Washington, because you need to eat up the Rangers, which I don't want. You need to eat up Buffalo, and you need to eat up New Jersey. If you don't in this division, you're not. You have no shot.
And let's just look at the Pittsburgh Penguins month of March. Flyers 2 more times, Thursday, Saturday, both at home, which they are now 8-1 at home, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay. So they'll have the Flyers 2 more times. They get the Rangers at home for 2. At Buffalo for 2. There's your first 2 games that you have to win. You need to take 4 points there. Hosting Boston for 2 should be phenomenal. 3 with Jersey, 2 away, 1 home. 2 hosting Buffalo, 2 hosting the Islanders. So an easier March for them, but once again, Penguins have struggled with the Sabres the past 2 years. So it'll be interesting. As of right now, I still think that the Penguins, unfortunately for me, will miss by a point or 2, which is unfortunate for the league because they are a playoff team. Any other closing thoughts on the East before we move on?
No, so we could both agree it's going to be Washington. No particular order: Washington, Boston, Philly, Islanders.
For now, yes.
Okay.
For now,
you know what order with those 4 teams?
If I had to put them in order, I would go Boston, Washington, Islanders, Flyers.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll move on to let's go to the Central first.
All right, let's go Central.
So we got a couple games going on right now. The Jackets beat the Red Wings 4-1. The Red Wings were in their reverse retros, which are nothing special. We got the Stars losing to the Lightning 1-0 right now. We'll talk about them in a second. They are struggling.
Yeah. The
Hurricanes up on the Predators 3-0. This division has emerged with 3 powerhouses: Tampa, Carolina, and the Florida Panthers. And it was a joke at first, and I love the joke. I love the Panthers. But you got to start looking at the Panthers now.
No, yeah.
So, and we're not going to talk about them tonight much. We talked about them a lot the last two shows. In Tampa, if they get the job done tonight, they'll retake first place over Florida. And so will Carolina with a game in hand. But Chicago at 28, and there's a big drop, 5 points to Columbus. Nashville looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like very bad. Detroit stinks. And the Stars are 6-4. What is going on now? And I understand they don't have Bishop at second, but Khudobin has been phenomenal. Even during this bad streak, he's been crazy good. They played Florida. He had 51 and 49 saves on back-to-back games. Yeah. And they lost one of them. So what's going on down there? What has to happen?
I mean, listen, and you can't even point at the
beginning of the regular season when they missed a full week as the rest of the NHL was playing, starting their season. Because when they did start, they won 3 out of their first 4 games.
Yes, they started like they should.
And ever since then, it just hasn't, pieced. Maybe, I kind of credit it to a Stanley Cup hangover, although they didn't win. Yeah. They were there. They got to Game 6. They lost to a better team. And I think what it is, it's a psychological thing where, you think that you could just go out there without really preparing against the other teams, and you just lay an egg because you think you're better. You're not prepared to play, NHL caliber hockey. I think it's that.
In a normal year, I might say yes on that, but in this division,
listen. When you are the reigning Western Conference champs, you have that kind of ego. We can go out there without, not really having to do anything. We can take care of Detroit, Nashville, Columbus, which they haven't.
Well, to start the year, they take care of Nashville twice.
Yeah.
They beat the Red Wings twice.
Okay.
Lose 2 in Carolina, which is fine.
Yeah.
Carolina's good. Beat Columbus, which they're on track. They're doing fine right now. They've still played less games than everybody, but that's fine. They're doing what they're doing. They're up in the top 4 early. Then you lose to Columbus. Okay, that happens. Lose twice at home in overtime to the Chicago Blackhawks by a score of 2-1.
Not good.
Not acceptable. Then you drop 2 against the Hurricanes at home. Then you lose to the Florida Panthers. Beat the Panthers. Lose to the Panthers. Now you lose to the Lightning. And now it looks like you might lose the Lightning again.
Yeah.
you look at their schedule coming up. I think this is where we'll really see what the Dallas Stars are. Columbus twice, Nashville, Chicago twice, all at home. That finishes last five of their 7-game homestand. At Columbus twice, hosting the Lightning, at Detroit twice, hosting the Predators. They should win almost every single one of those games if they're going to make playoffs.
They need to. They have no choice.
They need to win almost every single one of those games now. They're playing some bad teams.
No, they are. Do you think there still is a chance that they make the playoffs? They finish top 4?
Absolutely.
You think they'll piece it together?
Because right now, Chicago, I still do not think they're going to keep this up.
Really? I mean, who knows when Taves is coming? Is he possibly coming back? I think he'll suit up. I mean, why wouldn't you want to come back and play with this team that's completely surprising everybody?
I don't know what his situation is.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't say it would help him a lot, obviously. I really don't think he will.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. But Colorado took advantage of the same situation Dallas had, and instead of Chicago, instead of Chicago being on their schedule, Dallas was on their schedule, and they beat them.
Yeah.
So Dallas needs to – so they have 16 games played. Right now, Chicago is that last team at 28 points. They are 12 points ahead of Dallas. Dallas has 16 games played. You can get 2 points for a win in the NHL.
Yeah.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's 7 games, 14 points. You win them all, you're ahead.
Well, I mean, that's unlikely even too. Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if they go on a little 5-7 run and Chicago cools down like they're bound to do, they're going to be fine.
Okay.
But they need to start winning after tonight. I'll give them a pass tonight. It's the Lightning.
Yeah.
But they have to start winning in the month of March. They have to. And if they are in a similar situation going into April, I think they are toast.
No, I agree with you. If they keep, I mean, they're getting a point per game right now because they got 16 points through 16 games. That's not the pace you want to be at.
It's not a playoff pace.
You have to be getting 1.5 to 2 points, or you have to be getting probably 1.7 points a game for the rest of the season now.
For the rest of the season, they might have to get 2 points.
That'll be tough. I mean, it's hard. You can't. No team can ever get 2 points a game. I mean, they need to be.
You're right. 1.7.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
I mean, if you get 2 points a game.
2 points a game. Wait a minute. They have to win out. That's not possible.
Yeah.
No, but 1.7, 1.6 pace. If they do a 1.8, 1.9 pace over the month of March, then they can relax a little bit and go 1.5.
Yeah.
But they really need to step it up. So
they do.
Move on. Well, we will go up north very quickly.
Okay.
Right now, one game going on. Jets over Canucks right now, 3-2. Senators lost to the Canadiens, 3-1 earlier today. Montreal's really fallen off. Standings look like right now Toronto is the by far favorite in that division.
Mm-hmm.
I would highly expect them to come out and once again, another conversation for another day, but this might be Toronto's year to win something.
Ooh, hot take. I like that.
Another conversation for another day.
Ooh.
Because once again, they play no defense up there. None at all.
Yeah.
And Toronto's goal differential is a plus 26, and they've only allowed 55 goals.
Oh, that's not bad.
Which is
not
best in the North.
Yeah.
But still.
No, you're playing high-powered offenses, and to only allow 55 goals through 23 games, that's fine. That's a decent pace. That's less than 2.5 goals allowed per game.
No, it's not bad at all. They're playing really well.
This is Toronto's division for the taking.
Yeah.
If they squander this first-place lead, that's concerning.
Typical Toronto.
Look at that. And if they do, would we be surprised?
Would I be shocked if they lost in the first round? Absolutely not.
No.
But I don't think they will this year. That's once again a conversation for today.
Because they're not playing Boston.
Yeah.
Toronto,
36 points. Edmonton with 28. Once again, I still don't think they can keep up that pace they're on. I think they can make the playoffs, but I don't think they can keep that up. Winnipeg 27. I think they're going to make it. Montreal 25. They're looking okay still right now. Calgary with 22 points. I'm still waiting for them to wake up. I think Rizzo sent us that video yesterday of the Flames in their pregame warm-ups. They were all hammered. What were they doing? They were like skating into each other, taking pucks out the face. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was really, really concerning, actually.
Yeah.
And then they go out and they lay an egg and they lose 5-1 to the Senators.
That was bad.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they need to as Rizzo with the little side remark there, they need to wake up. And with the loss to Ottawa, I mean, not even a loss. I mean, that was an absolute dud of a game that they played.
They need to figure it out.
I think they will.
really do.
I think they will
too. But it's once again, it's Dallas. Not as bad as a Dallas situation.
Oh, yeah, not
But
as bad.
If we get to the middle of March to late March and they're still putzing around 500 on the record,
Good word.
it's gonna be a problem.
Good word. No, and seriously, like, because you got Toronto, they're locked in. I think Edmonton, although they're not good, they're just getting points.
Yeah.
And then you got Winnipeg, who I really do not like that much. And then I know Montreal's going to be there. I know it's going to be Toronto, Edmonton, Montreal. Yes.
The North is up for grabs for me. Well, those last three
are
still up for grabs. So, all right, we'll move on to the West with our remaining time. This division is interesting. Vegas is clearly the best team so far.
Yeah.
Clearly. And this was a division where we thought in my preseason power rankings, I had 2, 3, 4. 2 Colorado, 3 Vegas, 4 St. Louis. They aren't 2, 3, 4 anymore.
No.
Vegas might be top 5 still, but that's it. St. Louis in second place right now. 26 points. Their goals for 72, goals against 71. That's not how you win championships for St. Louis. And did you happen to see Jordan Bennington's exit after getting pulled?
No, what happened?
Playing San Jose the other day. He gives up like 5 goals. They won the game 7-6.
Yeah.
But still, he gets pulled. He's skating off because he has to skate all the way to the other end of the rink and go through the tunnel to the dressing room in San Jose because there's no room on the bench for him. He first takes a shot at Erik Karlsson.
Punches him
in the head. Then tries to go to the Shark bench. And then on his way back, I believe it's Devin Dubnyk, confronts him because he just punched his player in the face. He goes like, "What are you doing?" And Bennington tries to fight him. I don't know what the hell is going on out there in St. Louis.
That's not good.
But it's not looking good. Then you got Colorado in 4th right now with 23 points. They are an extremely bipolar team.
Yeah.
And then you have the Minnesota Wild. 12-6-1.
Piecing it together.
What is going on?
Piecing it together.
I have not really watched the West much.
Yeah.
I haven't really had time to watch the West much. And I just look at Minnesota, and I'm just struggling to figure out how they're doing this.
Well, first of all, they're beating LA. They're beating the Cali teams.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure they're taking care of business with Arizona. And then, and I think it's just the rookie Kaprizov.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
He's unreal. He should win the Calder.
Greenway, the American.
Yes.
He's performing really well. And then who I really like is Kevin Fiala. This guy could be the next stud.
Fiala's good.
And then they got veteran leadership with Parisi, Suter, and now the newly named captain, Jared Spurgeon. And say again?
Dumba.
And Matt Dumba. I mean, these guys are playing well. I'll give you that. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep up that pace right now they're in 3rd. I mean, if they hold on to that, that's a phenomenal season because if you do finish 3rd, you're going to be right there in the how many points range? Maybe 70s in this season.
So they've taken 5 out of 10 points from teams not in California or Arizona. So from the Blues, the Knights, and the Avalanche, who I don't think they've played the Blues yet, they've taken 5 out of 10. And they blew a lead to the Knights last night. They blew I believe they were up 4-2. Mark Stone had 5 assists.
Wow.
In the 5-4 win.
Look at that.
But Minnesota, all they need to do is come in 4th.
That's it.
They just need to be better than Anaheim, San Jose, Arizona, and LA.
And that wouldn't be hard to do.
No, it's not.
That's not hard to do at all.
And Minnesota 7-2-1 in their last 10. The LA Kings, who we'll briefly touch on, are 6-2-2 in their last 10. They're playing well right now.
Good hockey.
Always like to see that, at least a little bit of competition in there. But if you look at their last 10, 2 losses to the Wild. They beat the Blues twice in St. Louis.
Wow.
Beat Arizona twice. Beat the Wild. Beat the Sharks, split with the Sharks, and lost to the Knights twice. So they've been winning.
They have.
The games they should, not St. Louis, but the games they should win, which, once again, is what they need to do. If you are in the top 3, which is Colorado, St. Louis, Vegas, they're by far the best 3 teams in that division, by far. and they would have been the best 3 teams or 3 of the best teams in the Western Conference if it was a normal year. All you need to do is beat 4 of the other teams in your division. Much easier said than done, but much easier than beating 17.
For sure.
So
And listen, I'll tell you what about LA. They have the brightest future out of all the California teams,
their prospect pool is insanely scary.
and namely Quinton Byfield.
I would say headlined by Byfield,
Exactly.
number 2 overall pick last year. Highly suggest you take a look at the Los Angeles King prospect pool in 4 to 5 years, maybe even less than that. 3 years, they'll be back in the playoffs. 4 to 5 years, going to be Alec Martinez all over again.
Funny, very funny.
So,
I like
anything else
that jab.
there for,
No, I like that jab at the end.
anything else for fantasy or fancy? With most points in the league of fantasy hockey, I'm not even gonna play.
I like that jab. Who was the Capital who scored the goal in Game 6 against the Pittsburgh?
That's all.
Okay.
But Tom Wilson slew-footed.
I hear that every day. I hear that every day. I hear it every day.
So anything else in the NHL before we sign off?
No, that's it. Go Rangers. Go Rangers.
Yeah. All right. So next week, we will be breaking down the Big 6 conference tournaments: Big 10,
Yeah.
ACC, Big 12, Big East, Pac-12, and SEC.
Good job.
Yes, I'm surprised I got it all. Along with the Atlantic 10 championship game preview, which the first 4 rounds are this week. The championship game is on the 10th, just in case of COVID.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. That championship game will be held at the UD Arena in Dayton. So we will preview that for you. Hopefully the Bonnies are in it. I
Mhm.
highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No.
And I'm sure we'll have some more NHL for you as we always do. Maybe some MLB.
Oh, for sure.
Todd Frazier, wearing number 99 for your Pittsburgh Pirates. He's got 2 home runs in 3 games.
That looks so ugly. Wow.
That's all the time we have for tonight. I thank you guys for listening. Same time next week on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. This was Cal and Seitz on WSBU 88.3 The Buzz. Have a good night, everyone.